What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, or rather, the first episode of the Legacy Sports Podcast, featuring me and JJ on Kata Media. JJ, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Neeks? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing splendid. You see me rocking my commie stuff, my commander's uniforms, and all that, and then JJ's rocking his
We in a New
abominable.
York state. We in a New York state of mind tonight, baby.
Yeah,
Both
JJ's
the
in
Knicks
the
and
weird.
both the Knicks and the Rangers are playing. The Rangers getting waxed right now, but that's okay because we got the Knicks, baby. Woo!
In 2022, that may not be a good thing, man. It may not be a good thing. So
This
we're
year is the year is cursed. There's nothing else we could do. The only thing that will make it more cursed is if the Mets and Blue Jays play in the World Series.
yeah, that actually would be pretty bad. But other than that, y'all, we are gonna get into it. We're gonna get into our picks for Week 17 as playoffs and the NFL season start coming to a sad, sad close. We will now be going through our Week 17 picks and maybe throwing out some few playoff scenarios for you guys. And yeah, it's gonna be chaos. So JJ, let's open up with Thursday night football. Cowboys visit Tennessee for the matchup on Thursday night football.
All right,
Jay.
we cooking early. This is going to be a very high scoring game because the Cowboys defense is awful and the Titans defense is very inconsistent. So definitely for all my my bettors out there, definitely take the over on this one. But I'm going Dallas on the road in Tennessee.
All right. I mean, Tennessee's been this riddled injury team all season long. Once was the favorites to win the AFC South, and now they're in this trenches of trouble of trying to fight off the division with Jacksonville. And I've never expected this, but the Jaguars are in a prime position to take this division.
Hold
And
up. Before you continue, I want to expose myself real quick. I said the Jaguars are going to get 4 wins, no more, no less.
yeah, I think everybody everybody was wrong about the Jacksonville Jaguars this season, and they're just one of those teams that got hot when they needed to, and that's just what you need in the NFL. Is
Yeah.
you need to get hot when you got to get hot.
Another team I was incredibly wrong about was this one. I said they're going to get 13 wins. And probably Nico's greatest sports take of all time when he said the Washington Commanders have a better record than the Rams this year. I thought he was smoking crack.
Yeah, it was one of those takes where back then, it was one of those, hey, let's just say this and let's see where this goes. But right now the Rams are not doing so hot, and the Commanders are in this weird playoff scenario where they're the 7th seed, but they're not the 7th seed, and they're in the playoffs, and it's one of those weird ones. But yeah, me and JJ are gonna both probably go Dallas for this game.
I'm going Dallas, but definitely take the over. And RJ Barrett's out for the game. Fantastic.
All right, JJ's already in his midnight form. Next, we are going to be going into the Sunday games of our first matchup being the Arizona Cardinals going in and visiting the Atlanta Falcons. This is just, guys, this is meaningless. Meaningless to say that this game is going to have 0 watchers on it. This game is going to be abominable. No one's going to be sitting there watching it. They're going to be basically handing out tickets at Mercedes-Benz Stadium just so people can watch this game. I'm going to just take the Falcons, man. Give Desmond Ridder his first win of the season.
I'm sleeping on this game heavily, but I'm not going to watch this game. If it's on Red Zone, I don't care if I have to sit through a commercial. I'm just going to click off Red Zone.
Yeah, it's one of those. And my camera has just fallen. LOL, my camera has just.
That camera just fell off worse than the New York Giants did this season.
Yeah, well, let's not say that because the Giants are currently in a sole position to take back the division. Not take back the division, but they hold their own playoff form for this Sunday. But now let's go into a game that could mean a lot for the specific.
And by the way, that's your fault. Just thought I'd let you know because y'all had one job and you failed.
Job for what?
You were supposed to beat the New York Giants, bro.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that.
To be fair, you were playing the Giants and the refs, but enough talk about that.
That second game was literally rip. I'm not even going to get into
But the
it.
thing is, though, it's not even the last play I can understand because they never call PI in the situation. I'm more upset about the Terry McLaurin penalty. That was bullshit.
Yeah, that most definitely we were robbed out of that game for sure.
Literally gives the ref the thumbs up twice. He gives him the thumbs up back and then throws the flag. I was watching with Jizzle. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I actually joined the live in that second game, actually. And
it was fun. Me and Jizz had a lot of fun doing that.
What?
Me and Jizz had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, yeah, you always have fun with Jizz. Anyway,
whoa.
Now we have the Denver Broncos, who have just recently fired Nathaniel Hackett and are going into Kansas City to face off versus, they're going to go play in Kansas City. And this is a meaningless game for Kansas City. It's just more of a, hey, let's win this game to get the 1 seed. And sorry, my phone's blown up. Kansas City is just going in to try to get the 1 seed. And Denver's just trying to fight for whatever position they can get in this playoff. Next, we have one of the bigger games this week. And, of course, there's, controversy surrounding this.
You just haven't let me make a pick the last 2 games.
Okay, so we're going Lions, and we're going to go Kansas City, I'm assuming.
Right. What do you mean Lions? Who do the Lions play?
The Bears.
The Bears. I don't know. The Bears have been a little bit shaky. They've had a couple of games that they should have won. That they should have beat the Eagles. They were hanging with Buffalo at one point, but I think the Lions are going to be like Dan Campbell is going to have people killed if the Lions don't win this game. Just try to let you know, they're all going to be in the lion cage for a long time. So with that being said, I'm going with the Lions.
And then we're going to go Kansas City too.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So now we have another big game for the AFC wildcard positioning is the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots.
Where is it being played?
It's in Foxborough.
Ooh. Now, we all know the Miami Dolphins like to have a lot of fun with the New England Patriots in Week 17, as everyone remembers the iconic moment, I'm calling both games, where the Dolphins and Patriots were playing. The Chiefs were playing. I don't even know who the Chiefs were playing, but safe to say, I don't think that the Dolphins are – I think the Patriots are probably going to win this game off of some bullshit because, it's the Patriots. They're God's gifted team, basically. Or they're the devil's gifted team, if we're being completely honest. And Frank the Tank said what he said about the Mets. He said what he said about the Dolphins, and he said what he said about the Devils. I think the Dolphins lose out this year.
I don't think that's a very strong take, knowing how the Dolphins have now had probably 3 straight midseason collapses now in the last 3 years of the NFL where they've held playoff positioning. They've been hot, and then once again, this team never, ever, ever fails to crumble and disappoint.
They're sort of like the New York Mets, basically.
And also this Sunday, the Miami Dolphins will be featured without Tua Tagovailoa. He will be injured this Sunday. He will not be playing due to a concussion protocol. It's unfortunate, and this is probably another setback for the Dolphins. And so we're gonna have to say, hey, let's just wait on next year, and we'll go from there. But I feel like the Dolphins have now been saying that so much lately. It's getting bad for Miami. It really is. And God prayers up to Tua Tagovailoa so he can hopefully get better and be back for Week 18 versus a big game, which I believe they play the Jets.
I think so, yeah, because it's a division game. They play the Bills twice. This is the second time versus the Patriots. So yeah, Jets. One thing is for sure though. Do you remember back when Tua got hurt against the Bengals and that doctor said he may never play in the NFL again? If Tua isn't ready to play by next season, I hate to say this, but he might as well retire if he's going to keep getting concussions because this could be really, really bad for his health.
Yeah, no, Tua is starting against that standpoint now where he's not injury prone, but he's starting to get too many injuries in just a season, and it's the same one. And this is offensive line help too, and maybe next week on the Legacy Sports episode 2, we can maybe look at 2 possible destinations for next season if they decide to move on from Tua.
Same with Jackson. Same with Jackson. So he might not get a contract.
Yeah, but Lamar is questionable too for a contract deal. Also, we'll be looking into that when they go into Sunday night versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's
But
gonna be a good one.
for this Miami game, I'm gonna take the Patriots if somehow their backup quarterback for the Dolphins, Teddy Bridgewater, unless he can create a master class of a lifetime and go in there and somehow beat Bill Belichick in Foxborough, that'll be wonderful. But right now, I'm gonna have to roll with New England so far. Who do
Mute
you
your damn phone.
Dude,
Jesus.
I know my phone, my dude, they keep sending texts in these stupid group chat. I'm gonna leave it because it's bothering me.
Just mute your phone. How about that?
It's my laptop. But anyways, so I'm going with New England. JJ, who are you going with?
Well, I already mentioned the fact that the Dolphins are probably going to lose out, but now that I say this, I'm going to use this is the first time I'm going to use a pun on this show. Teddy Bridgewater legacy game coming up.
Yeah. Okay, so he's riding with the Dolphins.
But
First
I'm
time
not riding with the Dolphins, so I think the Dolphins defense is going to sell. I think
Yeah.
the Patriots win.
Oh my god, I'm literally gonna scream. All right. Anyways, so
Take
now
the under, by the way, for all the bettors, take the under.
take the under for this game. Now we have Indianapolis traveling to MetLife Stadium to go play the New York Giants. Listen, y'all, bro. Nick Foles, bro. What they saw you last week, bro. That's not Nick Foles, bro. He just had a bad game, dude. He's gonna come in on Sunday. He's going to drop 7 touchdowns versus the New York Giants, y'all. And I know Tizzle's probably going to be mad at me, man. But, dude, take the over on this game, dude, because Michael Pittman and Nick Foles are going to just go ballistic, dude. I mean, nobody's ready for this, dude. Nobody wants to see, no one, if y'all think New York's going to actually win this game, you're actually stupid. You're going to take the Colts money line by a mile. And if you don't, you're a moron. Colts by 1 million, dude. Just because Jonathan Taylor's dead, it doesn't matter, dude. Deion Jackson's legacy game is going to be even crazier than Saquon Barkley's. And dude, what even is a Daniel Jones, bro? Nobody even knows what that is. No one knows.
Hey, I tell you what, he's not that Taylor Heineke guy.
Taylor Heineke, don't even get me started. That's why I'm not even wearing his shirt.
Lamar Jackson, future Washington Commander.
Exactly. But give me my first upset of the week. Give me Colts beating New York in MetLife Stadium.
Wow. That's an extremely bold pick. Now, I know that there are going to be a lot of Giants fans who come after me when the Giants make the playoffs. But, Giants made the playoffs, JJ. Suck my dick because your Rams didn't make it. Well, the Giants, you start off 6-1. If you don't make the playoffs, that's really embarrassing. But I think this is where the Giants finally get their shit together. Give me the Giants, but take the under for sure because this is going to be a very cold winter game at MetLife Stadium because it's starting to get to about 15 degrees a day here in New York.
Dude, hating on Nick Foles is just.
I'm not.
That's just ballistically wild. How could you hate on Nick Foles, dude? You can't hate on Nick Foles, bro. Nick Foles is just like that. How are you going to sit here and not want to take Nick Foles? Do you understand how bad Daniel Jones really is, bro? Let's just be real, bro. Brian Daboll is straight up carrying this by and it's not even close. Brian Daboll has been just carrying Daniel Jones' entire career. He'll be the reason why he gets a contract next year because I swear to God, any other coach runs that offense. It's not happening, dude. It's not. But anyways, then we have Philadelphia not going on. New Orleans goes on and plays Philadelphia in the link. Dude, give me New Orleans.
If Jalen Hurts plays, Eagles win 100% because Jalen Hurts apparently is Jesus when he plays against the Saints.
But give me New Orleans, y'all, dude. New Orleans, dude. Listen, Andy Dalton, not Andy Dalton. Is Andy Dalton the Saints still? No.
No, I believe Taysom is a starter.
All right, dude, exactly, bro. Taysom Hill's really good, dude. And this is all seriousness. I think that the rushing attack of New Orleans could really cause Philadelphia some issues since they can't defend the run to save their life. It's almost like they're the new Green Bay Packers almost. They can't defend the run for their lives. I think New Orleans could potentially run all over them. And I think with Gardner Minshew's inconsistency of not being able to play a lot and then playing very little to none, I think that he could have a really bad day. And I think Mr. Allen, the head coach of the Saints, could cause him a lot of issues if not covered properly. It's going to be really entertaining to watch Marshawn Lattimore go up against AJ Brown if Marshawn Lattimore is playing. It'll be a good game for sure. I want to take New Orleans just as an upset pick, but I feel like you can't bet against Gardner Minshew. You can't bet against the Eagles. I'm gonna take the Eagles actually, so I'll switch my pick. I'll take the Eagles. I took that Colts upset on the New York one, so give me the Colts. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles on the under.
Newsflash: Jalen Hurts will be playing this week.
Yeah. All right. Give me Philly. Give me Philly
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
also going Philly. I think Philly. I'm going Eagles money line for sure on this game because
Mm-hmm.
I picked the Eagles for 16 weeks in a row. I'm 14 for 16. We're gonna go 15 for 17.
Next game, which I cannot believe, JJ, we're going to be sitting here in 2022 and consider this a big game in Week 17. But the Carolina Panthers are traveling down to Tampa Bay to face off versus the Buccaneers for potentially the division.
The winner wins the NFC South. That is unbelievable.
The winner of this game holds the fate of their playoffs. And does Tom Brady get it done, JJ? Does Tom Brady play this game versus Carolina without a JC Horn and win this game?
I don't know, dude. The Panthers has got the win of the season. The way they played against the Lions. That was absolutely phenomenal, the way they played. Mm-hmm. Dan Campbell probably wanted people killed in the lion cage after that. But with that being said, it's hard to count out against Tom Brady in this game. Here's my mindset. My mind, Buccaneers. My heart screams out Carolina Panthers. But give me the Bucs and take the under on this one.
Yeah, with New Orleans, with Carolina being such a good rushing ability team and Tampa Bay being such a good team to defend the run, I really feel like Carolina is going to have to really be forced to throw this football, and I don't really trust in Sam Darnold to go win this football game if it's being, in a pass-heavy game where they're going to have to pass the ball relentlessly over and over and over again. Yes, they do have Dante Foreman. Yes, they do have Chuba Hubbard. And, it's one of those things where, you have two really good running backs. So they're going to be able to hold down and slow down to this Tampa Bay defense. This Tampa Bay defense, I do not believe so. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in a very close game versus Carolina.
Interesting.
So now we go to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, when the Cleveland Browns will come into Washington to win this, not to win this, but to face off versus the Commanders this Sunday. Last week, I don't even want to say we got blown out, but we just lost to the 49ers by 17 points. And then we lost to the Giants.
To be fair, Nico, you played the Grinches of the NFL. I don't think you really had a chance.
Yeah, it was one of those games, but this game means so much for Washington. If Washington wins and there comes a Lions, Seattle, and Green Bay loss, Washington clinches this Sunday versus the Cleveland Browns. There is it's a good chance when Green Bay plays Minnesota, when Detroit playing Chicago, division rivalry, anything could happen. And then Seattle going on and playing the Jets, who have one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. It's going to most definitely be a close game. It's going to be a game that's going to have me on the edge of my seat the entire way through. I would love to see Washington pull this one out and win this game and take this win. And I'm going to take the Commanders in a very close game versus the Cleveland Browns at FedEx Field.
I'm going to agree with you 100%. I don't think the Browns have a shot in hell. My left hand is going up for this game. Give me the Commanders.
Dude, yeah. This team, dude, it depends on the running ability. The Cleveland Browns are ranked fourth in in rushing yards, dude, and giving rushing yards up, meaning that anybody can run all over them, almost damn near. Knock on wood, obviously, but I'm just saying that any team on any given Sunday could run all over this Cleveland Brown team. So hopefully And Washington allowing Christian McCaffrey last week to 45 yards, around 40, 50 yards last week was super impressive. Under 90 yards of offense, of total offense. So it should be really interesting to force Deshaun Watson, who has been really inconsistent as he's come back, to throw this football around in a Commander secondary that has been absolutely phenomenal this year. So, yeah, give me Washington to win this game. Next, we are going. Oh my God! Next, we have a dud game. I'm resolving it a dud because again, nobody will be watching and nobody will be caring because Jacksonville will absolutely obliterate the Houston Texans this Sunday.
Well, hold on. That's what we said when they played the Titans. Look what happened.
No. I'm not taking a Texans money line this week. I can't. Not versus Jacksonville, man. Not versus Jacksonville.
The Jacksonville Jaguars they've been very blessed this Christmas, if we're being honest.
Yes,
they
have.
Just reached into their stocking and they just pulled out a game against the Houston Texans. This will be easier than probably swallowing one whole Tic Tac.
Jacksonville should annihilate them. The money line goes to Jacksonville for this one.
If Jacksonville does not win this game, they are bozos of the century.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those games where it's an in-division game. Do I think Houston could probably put up a fight? Chris comments, we may lose this game because JJ picked us. Any comments towards that, Mr. JJ?
I got no comments. That's what everybody said when I took the Vikings, and look what happened to them. Hey, nice logo, by the way.
Change my shit now.
Ah, gorgeous.
All right. Anyway, so next game, it is going to be the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this could be potentially be a good game for sure. I believe this could be a game that Brock Purdy could lose. Devontae Adams, being there and all that, and Brock Purdy, whatnot. I think this is going to be one of those games where I think it could be most definitely high scoring if Derek Carr does not get sacked a billion times and doesn't get dumb play calling by Josh McDaniels. It's going to be a good game in my opinion. I would take San Fran, but don't be shocked if Vegas puts up this magical fight versus San Francisco to win this game.
I would not be surprised if the Raiders won this game. The Raiders every year win a game that they shouldn't. And the Niners always lose a game that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, JJ is a Giants fan. No, I'm not. I'm a fan of this disappointment. This absolutely awful team this year.
What's up, Young K? Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Big win for your Cowboys, by the way.
Yeah, good win for Dallas. We did take
huge win for the Cowboys.
We did take Dallas for this Thursday night football game, Mr. Young K.
We're both big on the Cowboys this week. And I think, by the way, if the Eagles do lose out, Dallas wins the East. The East is still wide open. Christian, I am not a bandwagon. I am wearing a Rams chain right now as we speak. I also have a few mini helmets. I've got this great hat. And I got a few posters behind me of all Rams. That's all I got to say. Let's move on.
Next game, we have the New York Jets going in and facing the Seattle Seahawks at home. Listen, this is one of those games as a Commanders fan. We really, 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 really need New York to win. We need a Mike White game where he goes off, and we need Mike White to go crazy versus Seattle. Seattle's coming in after a major loss to Kansas City, which put them at 7-8. New York is coming off of I believe who did they play last week? Remind me, who did they play last week? Let me see. Jets. They came off of a very, very disappointing game versus the New York Jets, only putting up not disappointing game. They came off of a disappointing game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars by only putting up 3 points on them, as Zach Wilson being the starter and then having a fourth string quarterback who is also a tight end to come in and play for them. And it was atrocious. It was a bad game. I think New York has a comeback game where they could probably come back and win. I'd like to see New York win this game. and absolutely dismantle. It doesn't really affect us if Seattle wins that much, but again, that's unless Washington wins. But give me the Jets upset here. I think the Jets could easily maybe pull this game out and beat them.
As a division rival of the Seattle Seahawks, their downward spiral has been music to my ears, and I only wish the 49ers could do so as well. With that being said, I think it continues, and I think this is Mike White. This is going to be Mike White's legacy game. Mark my words. That's the second time. Someone's going to have to keep track how many times I use the word legacy game. That's my second one, right? Jets by 1 million, because screw the Seahawks.
Anyways, so now we will have another big game for the Washington Commanders playoff hopes. It will be the Minnesota Vikings going into Lambeau to go and play Green Bay. These teams almost always split. Almost every season, there's usually never really a sweep. Last couple of years, we've saw Minnesota split this game versus Green Bay. I believe it'll be a close game for sure. But I'm going to take Minnesota to get the sweep. I think Green Bay's hopes end with a Green Bay loss. Their season does end, and they do get out of the playoffs. Which, sorry, Packer fans, this Sunday could be probably the end of the Aaron Rodgers comeback to the playoffs, come back to win this game. So yeah, give me Minnesota money line and give me the over. I think this will be a high scoring game.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a high scoring game. There's no question about it. I think the over does cash on this one. But I will say Aaron Rodgers is just a fucking different breed this season, these last few games. He's just been an animal. And I'm trying not to swear because I've got people downstairs and I'm not going to curse on air. So I'm rolling with the Green Bay Packers in my upset pick of the week.
You're taking the Packers?
Upset of the week.
I don't know if I would really call it an upset when you're playing against the very hot Green Bay Packers and a Minnesota Vikings team who's had to play fourth quarter comeback games to win games, especially from the 61-yard field goal, and then coming back 33 to the from the Colts. So most definitely, it's going to be a rocky game for Minnesota. Minnesota's going to really have to pull away in this one and not choke this game. Next, we have the already clinched Chargers playing up against the already eliminated Los Angeles Rams. Not really much to say. Chargers by 1 million.
Rams are playing their best football in the world after last week. Rams by 1 million. We will never lose again to the Chargers.
Yeah.
It's technically a home game for the Chargers. This will be probably the only time the Chargers have more than 20% capacity of fans. They're going to have like 35. The rest is going to be all Ram fans. If the Rams weren't crap, I'd say the Rams fans completely take over the stadium. But that won't be happening because we suck.
Yeah. Rams been a complete disappointment this season. Chargers has just been, hot lately. So good for Chargers. They finally clinched their playoff spot with Justin Herbert. All the people who want to, sit there and bash Justin Herbert anymore are now going to be put to rest. So congrats to Justin Herbert on clinching his first playoffs. Now this Sunday, which I don't think anybody would assume that this game would mean as much for the situation of both teams, but Baltimore versus Pittsburgh, which plays a huge role in the AFC South and it's the AFC North potential playoff run. So, JJ, let's get into this. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Who has to gain something out of this? Who loses majorly and significantly out of this?
If Baltimore wins, the Steelers are out. If the Steelers win, they actually have a chance to make the playoffs. But it's going to depend on the Dolphins losing for them to really have a shot. Mm-hmm. Because according to my playoff simulation, if the Patriots beat the Dolphins are completely out of the wild card. And if the Steelers finish better than the Dolphins do, the Steelers can make the playoffs. But the Steelers have to win out.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's been hot lately, winning, I believe, their last. They have won 4 out of the last 5. which has been really good for Pittsburgh this season. So really good turnaround. Mike Tomlin just can't lose one season, dude. Mike Tomlin will not be allowed to lose one season.
That is in fact, I agree with you.
Now we're going into Monday night as the Buffalo Bills take a trip to Cincinnati, Ohio to go play the Cincinnati Bengals and a potential huge game for the AFC top 4 positioning on who can get the 1 seed. I've done a little research. If Buffalo loses and Cincinnati wins out and Kansas City lose, I believe one out of the last 2, Cincinnati does have a pure shot at that 1 seed, but KC would have to lose out. I don't see Kansas City losing out. I do see them securing that 1 seed. I think Cincinnati will sit at the 3 seed or the 2 seed, and Buffalo could fall out of that 1 seed and go down to 2 or 3, and they'll be fighting between Cincinnati and themselves to figure out who gets that 2 spot. But in a really high scoring game in Cincinnati,
That's tough. That's really tough because I'm gonna be honest with you. At the start of the season, I had the Cleveland Browns winning the AFC North. I did not have the Bengals doing that well at all.
Really?
I thought they're gonna get hit by the Super Bowl hangover as Julius Randle just hit a 3. It's a fucking national holiday. Jesus Christ.
You thought that the Bengals, who got better, would fall off?
Dude, I thought they'd have a Super Bowl hangover. Not our hangover, but like
you guys are not even in a hangover. You guys are in rehab.
We are in rehab. The whole team is injured. Am I gonna have to go off and list all the injuries that we have?
No, please don't.
I'll just give you like 3.
Okay.
Cup, Stafford, Donald. 3 of our 4 best players. No legs whatsoever. Laying down in a hospital bed right now as we speak, except for Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp is back with the team, but he is not playing anytime soon.
Yeah, it's been a bad year for the Rams this season, but you know what?
Bad is an understatement.
Tremendously horrible. What I think
bad. This is a ratio type season, for God's sake.
I think with everything that's been on the line this year for Cincinnati trying to get back to where they belong, which is in the Super Bowl, and Buffalo still trying to desperately just dig out of the AFC Championship game to make their first Super Bowl since Joe Kelly was the quarterback of that team. Give me...
Young K makes a very valid point. I think Donald might be for this.
Give me this... I have a feeling. I'm going to make this bold prediction now. The winner of this game will go to the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
So I'm going to say that the Bengals take this game, and I think I'm going to ride with Cincinnati out of the AFC to go and potentially win their first Super Bowl.
Wow. You think the Bengals can win the Super Bowl?
I think that the Bengals have a beautiful chance to make the Super Bowl. Beautiful chance.
See, I'm going the opposite route. I think Buffalo wins this game, and I think this catapults Buffalo's chances to make it the Super Bowl.
Yeah, give me Cincinnati. Give me Cincinnati in this game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I hope it's a high-scoring game. But now we're going to move on to another segment of our show that I believe JJ made. JJ, take it away.
Okay, so during the course of the sports, there's been a lot of good, there's been a lot of bad, and there's been a lot of what the fuck. So I got this inspirational idea from my boy Guru Griff. Shout out to him. There are 5 moments each week that just make you say, what the fuck? All right, so here we are with our top 5 what the fuck moments.
Can I go first with mine? Let me just get mine.
Go ahead.
Scott Turner, bro. This bitch ass. Oh my God. Okay, so Scott Turner, man. The Washington community, man. They're watching this game, dude. Scott Turner literally earns himself as the number 1. I don't even give a shit. Washington goes up against San Francisco, playing literally the best run defense of their life this season, not allowing any fucking yards, dude. Barely any fucking yards. And this motherfucker decides to run the ball over and over and over and over and over and over and over. into what's it called? I think Brian Robinson literally alone, B-Rob alone, I believe had 25, 26 carries. Around 25, 26. Let me go look. 22 carries on the number one rush defense. And Scott Turner, dude, Scott Turner has been just so bad this season for Washington. How we've gotten on these hot streaks has just been purely off the fact of improvising and, just semi. I hate to use the word luck, but dude, Scott Turner, you've earned the number one spot. I don't have 2, 3, 4, 5. Scott Turner took over as my number one, dude. He's such a fucking idiot. I hate him so much. I don't know why the fuck he's even on this team still. On the coaching staff, I cannot wait till he gets replaced this offseason.
So you think Scott Turner's out this year?
Dude, if he's not out, dude, fired. Dude, fuck, dude, this whole fucking team pisses me off.
Who do you think has a better chance getting fired? Raheem Morris or Scott Turner?
Scott Turner.
Raheem Morris. He's the worst defensive coordinator. The bad news is about the Rams game this week. This might be what it took to keep Raheem Morris's job, which is not good at all for this team.
No, it's not.
Without further ado, let's dive into this list. Coming in at number 5, we have, simply put, these are not just all NFL, by the way. This is all sports. Coming in at number 5 are the goddamn New York Mets. I don't know why on earth they refuse to sign Correa, and it is just aggravating the living piss out of me. Number 5, New York Mets. Number 4, we have the Detroit Lions losing 937-23 to the goddamn Carolina Panthers, which might have ruined the Lions' playoff chances, by the way. So that's not really good. Number 3, we're gonna throw this a little bit back to last week a little bit. You know that one chef, Salt Bae?
Yeah.
Yeah. What on earth was he doing at the World Cup? Guy looked like an absolute clown with what he was doing. Number 3, Salt Bae. Number 2, Tennessee Titans. You had a chance to lock up the AFC South, and you completely shit the bed. Unacceptable. You should be number 1, but there's something worse that happened that's number 1. We're going to dive into a little bit of a story that Young K 110% knows. Number 1 is Eagles Takes 2, saying the thing about Dak Prescott and his mom. That's just uncalled for and just straight up disrespectful. That's my number 1 what the fuck moment.
Yeah, what that fan said was absolutely out of the pocket. It was absolutely wrong. It was most definitely probably one of the worst things you could probably say about any NFL player. And, I know people like to joke around, and I mean, everyone does it. Everyone likes to joke around and be like, oh my God, I really hope this player is not there because, I really hope this player's not there so we have a better chance of winning the game. And you could say that, dude, but saying that about, somebody's mom, dude, especially being a rival team, you don't say those kind of things, dude. It's pretty fucked up that, like, you have, like, that, like, nothing going for you in life that makes you even, like, just grab your phone and be like, hey, so-and-so, blah, 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 Dak's mom. Like, dude, you don't say those things, dude. If anything, I'll pray for you, bro. I really would pray for you especially if you got to go that deep to make fun of somebody's deceased mom, man. I pray for you, bro.
Let's be honest, Nico. You and I have both said some really messed up stuff back in our day, back when we had our blood feud going on. That's all in the past. Not even you could say something that bad.
Yeah.
And that says a lot for those that didn't know, which we're not going to go into detail because it's kind of graphic. Regardless, you don't bring up somebody's family, let alone one that passed away. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, especially on the fact that, he's, and what pisses me off is that people are giving him that attention for what he said, dude. And this guy's been gaining, multiple followers just for what he said, dude. And that's not
even. People are just cold-hearted. People are just disrespectful.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. But
let's dive into our next topic, Nico.
Our last and final topic before we close out here on Cotta Media. Just put it up, JJ. Nico's roast of the day.
He's got a lot he wants to get off his chest, Nico. Now remember,
We're gonna start off.
This is a PG-13 show, Nico.
We're gonna start off with we're gonna go each sport. We're gonna go NHL, NBA. Actually, not NHL. NBA, MLB.
By the way, Nico, your revenge game is honestly worse than Jalen Rager's revenge game because we lost 4-0 to the Capitals.
Very tough loss for New York.
We can't beat the Capitals in the regular season. I swear to God.
MLB. The New York Giants.
New York Giants.
I mean my bad. The San Francisco Giants.
Oh no.
You have managed to not only have so much money and you couldn't even fucking sign Aaron Judge. You couldn't sign Correa. I'm pretty sure your only good pickup was Mitch Haniger. And
Conforto.
Oh, dude, no. Mitch Haniger was our best pickup, dude.
Don't say Conforto's bad, bro. I'm the biggest Conforto fan on the planet, bro.
Dude, the New York, dude, the San Francisco Giants are, in my opinion, the biggest L of the MLB right now. I mean, they have not improved. They are never going to get back to what they were in 2020. They're just going to keep crying, dude. They're going to keep on crying. Their team is
unfortunate.
I
actually feel bad. I feel so bad.
I don't feel bad for them, dude. They suck. Dude, they're terrible. There's no way in life you manage to have that much money. You're on the West Coast. No, you're telling multiple players would give up their contract to go get what Aaron Judge and Carlos Correa could have gotten, and they just didn't sign a single soul. I just hope they come in last place, dude. I really do. I really hope they come in last place because they're so bad. And how much you want to bet we're going to be back here next year, and we're going to be like, oh my God, the Giants are the 2023 World Series champs.
Oh my God, dude, they're going to have another 2021 season where they had 100-something wins.
Dude, yeah. I'm praying that doesn't happen, dude.
Let's move on, Nico.
The NBA.
Oh God.
You know what? I'm gonna take a break on the Knicks. I'm gonna take a break on the Lakers. I'm gonna take a break on the Warriors. Actually, not even a break, because I respect all these teams, minus the Knicks. Phoenix Suns.
Oh, no.
Guys, y'all are just playing for nothing, dude. You're playing for nothing. You're going to go to the playoffs again, and this is a two-part roast. I'm not even going to go that into deep on the Suns. This other team, dude, they're going to get it. Phoenix Suns are literally playing for nothing, y'all. They're not going to come out of the West. Chris Paul's 2 points and 9 assists are not impressive to absolutely anybody anymore.
Russell Westbrook better.
Thank you. Devin Booker acts so hard for no fucking reason, bro. Without Chris Paul, Devin Booker is a 19-win team leader for the Phoenix Suns, bro. And DeAndre Ayton doesn't even want to play for y'all, dude. And y'all just can't free him. Next. The Dallas Mavericks. Free Luka, dude. Luka Doncic is literally holding the Mavs by their balls, dude. By their balls. Without Luka, the Mavs are literally as relevant as the Rockets, bro. And they're never on NBA TV, dude.
Wow, that says a lot.
If Luka Doncic, dude, if y'all don't help him out, man, you can't even be mad if he leaves. Just like why Cleveland. I don't see why Cleveland ever got mad at LeBron when the front office never did anything for him. All they did was bring in Zazowskis or whatever his name is. Then they brought in an aging Shaq, a old rotten Jerry Hughes, a Mo Williams, and then they expected LeBron to go in and win them a chip, dude.
Nah, that won't happen anytime soon.
Absolutely, dude. Luka, if you leave, bro, I don't even blame you. I don't blame Luka if he leaves.
Come to New York, Luka. We'll give you a perfect home. You could get $1 million a season.
Yeah, no. Speaking of that, dude, Luka Doncic, dude. If you ever leave Dallas, dude, I promise you, nobody will be mad at you.
We'll all understand.
And last but not least, the NFL. There's a lot of people you could consider for this. The Broncos, You could say the Broncos, but they've been a weekly they've been a weekly laugh. You could butcher Tom Brady some more. Fuck no. The Jets, dude. Even though the entire NFL roasts you, I'm not even gonna roast you. I'm literally just gonna say what's on my mind. You guys are poverty. Not even the Rams. The Rams have been injured. I'm not gonna get on their case. But dude, I don't understand what made them think that Zach Wilson was just gonna be that guy. I get Zach Wilson coming out of college was gonna be good, sort of ish. I guess it would.
Hold on, Nico. I just want to stop you for a second. There's one NFL game that has haunted me my whole life as a Rams fan, and it was December 20th, 2020, when the Rams played against the New York Jets. That day was on my birthday.
Oh, and the Jets won. I
And
remember.
the Jets won.
Dude.
If you don't win that game, you never take Zach Wilson. You take Trevor Lawrence, #1 overall. Look what that did for you, buddy.
Yeah, the Jets really fucked that one up, guys.
They did.
You guys had Trevor Lawrence at the palm of your fucking hand, dude, and you blew it. You just couldn't. You had to have some pride. You had to win 2 games, so God forbid the prestigious New York Jets didn't win below 2 games. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, fuck the Jets, dude. You had a fucking tight end at quarterback this week, bro. That should just speak for.
I think they're honestly, if we're being honest, I think we should have roasted the other New York team.
The Giants.
Starting off 6-1.
I can't roast
6-1.
I'm not allowed to roast the Giants. I can't.
Why? Because they beat you?
Yeah. I can't talk shit about the Giants.
What about if we roast the Indianapolis Colts, who were rumored to win the AFC South, by the way?
Not a lot of people had them. I mean, a lot of people did, but I mean, I still believe that Tennessee could still win that division for sure. I mean, I guess the only thing is with the AFC South, dude, is that, you know, that division is so, you know, it's just so weird. I hate to say the word bad because it's not bad. There's 2 teams actually competing for this division for once in like 2-3 years when the Colts and the Titans were competing for it. You know, dude, it's good to see Jacksonville get back into this, dude, because I think everyone wanted to see Jacksonville even in that Super Bowl back in 2018 versus the Eagles, and they were robbed. But, you know, dude, I really do hope Jacksonville can kind of pull out and win this division. I had Jacksonville winning the division last year. I don't know why, but I thought that Jacksonville was able to win the division, and they folded. But, you know, I think we're going to end this episode off here today.
We got one more thing we just want to share with you. We're going to put this on the screen. Our picks for tomorrow, which are the Orlando Magic with a money line, the Tennessee Volunteers money line against the Clemson Tigers, and the St. Louis Blues money line.
Those are going to be our picks for tomorrow, guys. So make sure if you guys are sports betting at all, make sure you book those picks in. And thank you guys all for watching this episode today. We gratefully appreciated it. We'll be back on Tuesday next week with maybe a potential guest of NFL Mike, potentially. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to text them.
Show's going up, bro.
Yeah. So
and also, if you like this show and you want to see more from me on Cotta Media, or if you want to see potentially more from Nico, check out the Segs Dinner Table. We air every Thursday night at 7:30. Go check that out.
So thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you guys follow us, subscribe to the YouTube, the TikTok, and everything. Road to 2000. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening.
Yes, sir.